Sirius Pack back out there. Sirius Pack, I mean, taking on Lexapro, number 19 from Sioux Falls. And Sirius Pack kind of rolling with some hits there, keeps his wheels inbounds and is out. Gets the 2 whistles, 4 leads in a row now for the Brats. Sirius Pack is in control. Lakin clearing a hole on the inside for Sirius Pack, but Sirius Pack actually takes the outside. Incomplete scoring pass. It's 3 points and a call-off. That's going to bring the Pittsburgh now up to 34. Sioux Falls still remaining scoreless about 5 minutes into our game. Bigfoot back out there for Pittsburgh. Number 77, Judgmental, has the star for Sioux Falls. Judgmental getting sent down. Now Banyanger getting in there, keeping Judgmental stuck in the pack. Pittsburgh reforms their defense. Bedhead taking a spill. Bigfoot is out with a lead. Judgmental out and completing an initial pass. Bigfoot comes in, calls 4 points. Judgmental coming in the engagement zone, but that jam is called off. So far, highest scoring jam of the game was our opening jam. That was Sirius Pack with 16 points. Sioux Falls still unable to score. Pippa Raygun back out there with the star for Pittsburgh. And Pippa fighting, and she's through. That's 2 times jamming for Pippa and 2 leads. Hit and Run has a jammer star for Sioux Falls. Hit and Run stuck on this initial pass, getting some blocking by Rubinator. Now Hit and Run meeting a 2-wall. Forrest Bump and Ace of Skates working now. Hit and Run taking on number 412, Banyanger. Pippa Raygun is out with her first 4 points of the jam. Now coming on her second scoring pass. Makes a classic beam dip move around a blocker. So Pippa completing her second scoring pass. Looks like Hit and Run trying to take down Pippa, but Pippa was just a little too fast for Hit and Run. We have a pretty stretched out pack here coming around the back end of the track, but Pippa is out. She's got her 3rd round of points. About ready to match Sirius Pack's 16-point jam just a few minutes ago. She is on her 4th scoring pass. Hit and Run being kept at bay in the back of the pack of number 5, Lakinator. Pippa Raygun is out. Let's see what her last scoring pass is going to yield. We'll keep an eye on these jammer referees. I may have missed it over here at the announcer table, so we'll keep an eye on the scoreboard. Pippa does have at least 12 points in that jam. Okay, 15-point jam for Pippa Raygun. Second highest scoring jam of the game behind Sirius Pack with 16. So looking at the score now is Sioux Falls. They're still stuck at this 0-point mark. Pittsburgh at 53. Sirius Pack back out there, and he's our lead jammer. 7 jams into the game. Pittsburgh dominating the lead jammer status, and Sirius Pack is out with 4 points. Sioux Falls has number 26, Thunderclap, out there with the star. Thunderclap still stuck on this initial pass. Squishy working some defense along with Banyanger, but Squishy goes out of bounds. Squishy and Banyanger, that is, are dragging Thunderclap all the way to the back. Meanwhile, Sirius Pack is out with 4 points, making this so far an 8-point jam. Sioux Falls losing a blocker to a penalty. Going to make a little bit of an advantage here for Sirius Pack. Sirius Pack is getting some blocking behind a Sioux Falls tripod. Sirius Pack finds a hole, rides the inside line. Our jammer referee is holding up 4 fingers. So Serious Pack now has a 12-point jam as Thunderclap passes that star now over to number 19, Lexi Pro. Scoreless jam here for Lexi Pro. 4 more points picked up by Serious Pack.
Bigfoot on the line against Cuddle Killer from Sioux Falls.
Cuddle Killer coming out on their second jam as a jammer, taking on 55 Bigfoot. And Bigfoot is out with another Pittsburgh lead. So far, Pittsburgh with a 100% lead stretch. And Bigfoot is in, making quick work of that scoring pass on the inside. Pittsburgh losing Bedhead to a penalty. Looks like Strawberry Jam trying to clear up a hole there for Bigfoot. Bigfoot is in, gets through the pack, and has another 4 points. Cuddle Killer sent out of bounds. Pittsburgh losing Strawberry Jam. So a little bit of an advantage here for Cuddle Killer. Cuddle Killer is still on this initial pass. Lakeinator, though, now taking side by side with number 8, Forrest Bump. Oh, initial pass complete by Cuddle Killer. So now Cuddle Killer coming in with a chance to score some points. Cuddle Killer is in on the scoring pass. There is one Pittsburgh blocker in the box, but it looks like, okay, Cuddle Killer is stuck behind a very solid tripod held up by Lakeinator. Bigfoot dragged to the back of the pack by Deathray, but Deathray goes out of play and back. Bigfoot is out. Okay, looks like we have the first 4 points of the game scored by Cuddle Killer. Cuddle Killer had that box point with 3 blockers. So 4 points, compliments of Cuddle Killer. Bigfoot going in for another round of points, but is put out of bounds and dragged to the back. Both of our jammers now on a second scoring pass. Cuddle Killer is off on a jammer penalty. Cuddle Killer called off on a back block. Bigfoot signaling the call off. Cuddle Killer did have 2 more points, making this a 6-point jam altogether, and the first points of the game on the board for Sioux Falls. 2 more points rolling in by our jammer referees for Bigfoot. I believe that's going to bring us to 14 points. They're now at 83-6, Pittsburgh with that lead. Power start here in the hands of Pippa Raygun and Pittsburgh. Pippa Raygun is out with 2 whistles, so she is our lead jammer. Pippa still on this power jam, coming in now on her scoring pass. She's past Judgmental, gets past Deathray. Pittsburgh now working against the Sioux Falls pivot, the front of the pack. Pippa Raygun signals the call off. Pippa picking up, I believe, 3 points before she went out of bounds and called off the jam. Another scoreless jam for Sioux Falls.
127 hit and run out against Pittsburgh's Serious Pack.
So if we're not in the chance for the Suns scoring already, it's a very real possibility. I have to be honest that I do forget what the numbers are, but it's if a team just runs away, yeah. If a team just runs away with their scoring, the other team cannot score by halftime. So Serious Pack out there in Serious. Oh no, Serious Pack called off on a track cut. First penalty for Pittsburgh now, at least for a Pittsburgh jammer. So lead's going to be open. No, lead is not open because of a star pass. Thunderclap now for Sioux Falls is out on a scoring pass. No lead jammer. We have to go for the full 2 minutes. We had a jammer penalty for Pittsburgh and a star pass for Sioux Falls. Okay, Serious Pat coming back in from that earlier track cut, but he has yet to complete his initial pass. This is a scoring pass underway for Thunderclap. Sioux Falls stretching out a 3-wall, now turning into a 4-wall at the front of the pack. Okay, Serious Pack is out, and this is initial pass completes. No points yet scored by Pittsburgh. Lakenator with a hip check on Thunderclap, and we have an injury call-off. Okay, jam called off just for a matter of safety. It was an injury call-off. We are back to some more derby action. Looking at our highest scoring jammer so far is going to be Serious Pack with a total of 35 out of the 86 points, making that a 40-point success. Coming out the jam now for the first time, number 8, Forrest Bump for Pittsburgh. Forrest Pump taking on number 3025, Hank Killiams. Okay, so Hank Killiams is out, completing an initial pass. Forrest Bump getting some blocking by Death Ray. Now Forrest Bump sent out of bounds. This is a scoring pass for Hank Killiams. Hank Killiams looks like Susan B. Agnew going for some blocking, but takes a trip over Violet Von Slaughter. A completed 4-point pass for Hank Killiams and 4 points. Yeah, okay, my mistake. 8 points, 2 scoring passes for Hank Killiams. 4 points by Forrest Bump. Sioux Falls now at a score of 18 underneath Pittsburgh's 90. 13 minutes to go to our first half of the game. Serious Pack back out there.
On the line for Pittsburgh and Cuddle Killer, number 91.
Cuddle Killer taking the score. It is the first lead of the game for Sioux Falls. Number 91, Cuddle Killer in control, breaking that streak of leads for Pittsburgh. Now, Cuddle Killer coming in on a first scoring pass. Cuddle Killer getting some blocking by number 12, Strawberry Jam. And number 38, Rubinator, who's called off on a clockwise blocking penalty. So Sioux Falls now with the pack advantage. we've got both of our jammers in point scoring positions. They have both completed their initial passes. Serious Pack coming out with 4 points. Cuddle Killer still stuck in this initial pass. Lakenator not lending any mercy. Cuddle Killer does come out. It's incomplete. It is 3 points. No, 4 points being signaled by our jammer referee for Cuddle Killer.
Mini Mayhem on the line against Bigfoot. Bigfoot for Pittsburgh, Mini Mayhem for Sioux Falls.
Number 5, Mini Mayhem has a star coming off the jam for the first time. Up against 55. Bigfoot.
In their blocker lineup to try and combat Bigfoot. Sioux Falls will have
Pack advantage. It's a 3-4 pack in favor of Sioux Falls. Bigfoot making way to the front of the pack, but it looks like Bigfoot called off on a forearm penalty. It's leaving. Oh no, both jammers sent off for penalties. So Mini Mayhem taking a seat. That is going to release Bigfoot. Bigfoot back in, completing his initial pass, but no chance for a lead for either jammer. We're going to have a 2-minute jam. Both jammers back in action, back to some 5-on-5. Our penalty box is empty. Bigfoot coming in the back of the pack, but meeting a 3-wall of Sioux Falls blockers. Meanwhile, Mini Mayhem brought all the way to the back by Squishy and Ban Yinzer from Pittsburgh. Squishy working now solo at the back of the pack. Our pack kind of stretching out, coming around the straightaway and the turn. Bigfoot is sent out of bounds. Bigfoot choosing to recycle all the way at the back. Squishy still working some solo blocking against number 5, Mini Mayhem. Mini Mayhem still has the jammer star for Sioux Falls. Judgmental with a full rollback once again on Bigfoot. So no chance for a jammer call-off once again. They have both gone to the box, so they have lost any chance for lead. Okay, Bigfoot, having already completed an initial pass, is out with 4 points. Pittsburgh losing Ban Yinzer to a clockwise blocking penalty. So Pittsburgh now down a blocker. Mini Mayhem is in. Richie Teaser holding up a tripod along with Rubinator and Squishy, keeping Mini Mayhem stuck within the pack. Bigfoot also getting some blocking by Sioux Falls, so we're running a pretty tight pack now. We've been seeing Judgmental from Sioux Falls do a lot of this rearmost blocking and a lot of the rollbacks, and that is not changing in this game. Looks like there was a bit of a star pass over to number 127, hit and run just as the jam times out. Sioux Falls is still at 22.
Pittsburgh scoring opportunity to, I believe, 5. 4 or 5.
Looks like it's going to be a 4-0 jam in favor of Pittsburgh. We have a timeout. Okay, no, I'm sorry, 6 points for Pittsburgh. So they're sitting at 100. And we have about 9.5 minutes left to our first half. And we are now going into a timeout by our officials. So we're getting kind of late in the game for the introductions. But let's roll through them while we're in this official timeout. Skating today for Pittsburgh, we have number 04, His and Hers. Number 1, Squishy. Number 12, Strawberry Jam. Number 13, Serious Pack. Number 18-20, Susan B. Agony. 21, Pippa Raygun. 33-17, Richie Teaser. 38, Rubinator. Number 412, Ban Yinzer. Number 5, Lakenator. Number 55, Bigfoot. 56, Violet Von Slaughter. Number 7, Bedhead. Pippa Raygun back out on the track. We'll complete the introductions here a little bit later on. Pippa Raygun taking on I believe this is number 19, Lexabro. Yeah, okay, Lexabro. With the Sioux Falls jammer star. Pippa Raygun set out of bounds and dragged all the way to the back. No lead jammer as of yet. Lakenator and Violet Von Slaughter taking Lexapro out. Violet Von Slaughter being called off on a forearm penalty. Now Lakenator running Lexapro all the way to the back while Pippa Raygun breaks out, and she's our lead jammer. Pippa Raygun now bringing the Brats over 100 points. She's coming in with 4, coming in now on her second round of points. Looks like Pippa getting some defense on the outside of the straightaway and is brought all the way back to the apex. Number 86, Death Ray, working that defense. Initial pass complete by Lexi Pro. The Lexi Pro made a signal call off, but realized the last minute that they were not lead and gave up. Pippa coming out with 2 more points. Pippa Ray Gun looking at a 6-point jam.
Pippa bringing Pittsburgh's total to 6.
106 now, 22, 8 minutes left to our first period.
Cuddle Killer on the line for Sioux Falls, and that will be Serious Pack for Pittsburgh.
Serious Pack back out there in this dimmer rotation. Full roster on the track, 5-on-5. Serious Pack breaks out with lead. Pittsburgh working some very solid defense right on that jammer line, keeping Sioux Falls jammer stuck. Let's see who we've got wearing that jammer star. I believe this might be Cuddle Killer. Yeah, Cuddle Killer with the jammer star for Sioux Falls. Strawberry Jam working some solo defense right now. Cuddle Killer catching up with Squishy. Serious Pack taking a collision with Ace of Skates. Serious Pack is on his first trip through the pack, and it is complete. So he's got 4 points. Ace of Skates called off on a failure or a pack destruction call. Cuddle Killer coming out and completing their initial pass. Serious Pack on his third trip through the pack, is sent out of bounds halfway through. Now hit and run, working some defense against Serious. Serious steps through, rides the inside line. Bold Jammers coming out with some points. Looks like Cuddle Killer with 4 points and Serious Pack with 4 points. Serious Pack coming out, completing a 4th scoring pass, making this a 16-point jam. Cuddle Killer also with another 4 points. So an 8-point jam for Sioux Falls. Bolt Jammers coming in on scoring passes. Serious Pack is out with another 4. So Serious Pack now responsible for a 20-point jam, and our jam is over.
10 for Sioux Falls, bringing our total 126 Pittsburgh to 32 Sioux Falls.
Got about 5.5 minutes left. 126 Pittsburgh, 32 Sioux Falls. Forrest Bump back out there to jam now up against number 3025, Hank Killams.
Hank Killams on the line for Sioux Falls against number 8, Forrest Bump for Pittsburgh. That Pittsburgh tripod guiding.
And our jam is off. 4-3 pack in favor of Sioux Falls. Okay. Another lead going to Hank Killams from Sioux Falls. That is 2 leads in the first half. Our first lead was number 91 Cuddle Killer, and second lead jammer for Sioux Falls is Hank Killams in this jam. Hank Killams is out with 4 points. Forrest Bump, though, catching up after a star stash. Forrest Bump completing an initial pass. Now both jammers coming in neck to neck on scoring passes.
A hit out by number 9, Sioux, Princess Apocalypse.
Pippa Ray Guns moving to the front of the pack, ready to work some defense. 1 more point going up on the board there for Hank Killams. 2 more points going back up there. So 2 points going up for Forrest Bump. So it's a 2-point jam for Pittsburgh.
And 2 points for Forrest Bump.
And I believe, looking at it, yes, a 5-point jam for Sioux Falls. That brings them up to 37. Bigfoot back out there now for Pittsburgh.
Bigfoot on the line for Pittsburgh. It looks like 131 Black Death for Sioux Falls.
Bigfoot is our lead jammer. And 131 Black Death coming out to jam for the first time, coming out, completing an initial pass. Black Death picking up some speed coming around the track, but Bigfoot calling off the jam. Black Death remaining scoreless. I'm sorry, no, okay. There were some scoreless jam for Sioux Falls. Some last-minute corrections to our scoreboard. 1 point there by Bigfoot as that jam is called off. Okay, Lakeinator out the jam for her first time. Oh, Strawberry Jam taking down number 19, Lexapro. Yeah, and that's gonna put Strawberry Jam in the penalty box. So Pittsburgh now down a blocker. Lakeinator making the call off just as Lexapro comes around and begins that scoring pass. So it looks like Lakeinator does have a 3-point jam behind her. So with that 3-point score by Lakeinator, that brings Pittsburgh up to 132 over Sioux Falls. They're at 37.
Series pack for Pittsburgh. Mini Mayhem attempting to play some offense right off the line to give Cuddle Killer an opportunity.
Cuddle Killer back on the jammer line. Oh, and Cuddle Killer gets some blocking by number 1 Squishy. But Squishy leaves a little bit of a hole, and Cuddle Killer is out with lead. Of the 3 leads that Sioux Falls has had, this is Cuddle Killer's second time. 2 of those leads now by Cuddle Killer. Cuddle Killer is in on a scoring pass. Serious Pack tries to sneak through on the inside of the apex, but is sent out of bounds and drawn to the back by number 86, Death Ray. And Serious Pack with an apex jump. It looks like he's a little unsure, so Serious Pack is going to take the safe route and recycle to the back and restart this pass. Thunderclap working some defense at the back of the pack. Cuddle Killer coming out, putting 4 points on the board for Sioux Falls. Serious Pack does also have 4 points. Serious Pack is in and tries to complete a second scoring pass, but goes out of bounds just as he gets to the top of that pack. Serious Pack is dragged all the way back, and it looks like number 26, Thunderclap, went out of play, so Serious Pack re-entered and has 4 more points behind him. So Serious Pack now with 8 points for Pittsburgh, and another 4 going on there for Cuddle Killer. So all said and done, no better, no worse. Each team coming out with an 8-point jam.
We are going to have Princess Apocalypse on the line for Sioux Falls against Bigfoot for Pittsburgh.
New jammer on the line here for Sioux Falls, number 92, Princess Apocalypse. Our period clock is seconds away from expiring, so this is going to be the last jam of the first half. I would say this went pretty quickly in comparison to some other games that we've been having. Bigfoot has the star for Pittsburgh, and Princess Apocalypse gets lead. So back-to-back leads for Sioux Falls. Bigfoot is out, so both jammers out of the pack, completing their initial passes. Pittsburgh with a full roster of blockers. Looks like Richie Teaser working some defense against Princess Apocalypse. Princess Apocalypse remains scoreless. I'm sorry, no. 2 points rolling in here for Princess Apocalypse. Bigfoot picking up 4, bringing Pittsburgh up to 144. And 48 for Sioux Falls. So we are now in our halftime. Okay, there's a rolling whistle bringing us into halftime with a score of 144 Pittsburgh, 48 Sioux Falls. We're going to take a break ourselves, and we're going to come back to you with more Derby action in about 14 minutes. My third time trying to talk with the microphone that's off. Welcome back, viewers. We're going back to our second half of our game number 8 here at Winchester Sportsplex. We are at Beast Coast Brawl. Game number 8, Pittsburgh Derby Brats taking on Sioux Falls. Going into a second half, Pittsburgh 144, Sioux Falls 148. Now, of those points, well, we'll go over the points here in a moment. We have our leads and everything ready to go. Coming out the jam for Pittsburgh, this number 13 Serious Pack, but Serious Pack is outdone by number 131 Black Death, who is our lead jammer. Serious Pack getting sent out of bounds and dragged all the way to the back. Oh no, Serious Pack tries to sneak through on the outside, but drags a wheel past that line. So he's gonna have to go back and restart this pass a second time. Black Death up front taking on a 3-wall of Strawberry Jam and Banny Injure in there, now being joined by Pippa Raygun and Squishy. Our pack spreads out and rejoins here up front. Serious Pack comes out. Not lead jammer, but he does have 4 points. Black Death calling off the action. It looks like that's going to be 2 points for Black Death. Going into our second half, Pittsburgh was at 144. Now, of those 144 points, Serious Pack has about 47% of those total points scored at 67, followed by number 55, Bigfoot, with 24 points, and then number 21, Pippa Raygun, with 22% of the points scored. A total of 32 points scored by Pippa. 3 points altogether scored by Black Death, bringing them up to 51. Four points scored by Serious Pack. That brings them up to 152. We've got 55 Bigfoot picking up lead now for Pittsburgh. Number 19, Lexi Pro has that star for Sioux Falls. Lexi Pro with a scoreless jam. Bigfoot with 4 points and a call-off. Forrest Bump coming out for Pittsburgh. Trying to get a visual. Okay, Lexi Pro coming back out. Back-to-back jams for Lexi Pro. No lead jammer as of yet. Okay, Forrest Bump does come out with lead jammer. Pittsburgh now with two leads of the 3 jams here in the second half of the game. Forrest Bump now is on a scoring pass. Comes out of the front of the pack, gets those 4 points. Four points and a call-off by Forrest Bump, bringing Pittsburgh up to 160 over Sioux Falls 51. So a scoreless jam for Sioux Falls. I'd like to thank everybody for taking their Sunday afternoon, spending it with us. I know that we had a couple of our Pittsburgh families watching us. Serious Pack out there with lead for Pittsburgh. Yesterday we had Tricky Vic and Mad Dog's family. It looks like today we actually have one of our former brats, now Undead Skaters, Smalls, watching us. So welcome everybody to our live feed. Now, they are also playing Mars later on today, I believe around 6:30. Pittsburgh has a full wall at the front of the pack against number 91, Cuddle Killer, who has the Jammer Star. Serious Pack is out, though, with 4 points. Nice bean dip move by Serious Pack on the outside line. Using those speed skating skills to ride that line, stay in bounds, and pick up another 4 points. 3 4-point jams now by Serious Pack. Cuddle Killer keeping that star, coming out, completing their initial pass. Judgmental with a hip check, taking Serious Pack down, coming around the apex. Serious Pack calls off the jam before Cuddle Killer can come in and pass any blockers. Serious does have one more point on top of all that action. This is a 13-point jam for Serious Pack. Another scoreless jam for Sioux Falls. They're still stuck at this 51-point mark. Pittsburgh now at 173. 24 minutes left to our game. Bigfoot is out making quick work of that initial pass. Looks like Hit and Run has that jammer star for Sioux Falls, but Hit and Run has the jammer star has been dropped on the track for Sioux Falls. Squishy and Lakenator trying to hover over and passively block it. Hit and Run drops down, snatches that jammer star. Bigfoot out of bounds, re-enters at the back of the pack behind number 5, Mini Mayhem. Track cut is called on Lexibro, who is a pivot now jammer. So Lexi will be sitting as the jammer, making this a power jam for Pittsburgh. So Bigfoot on this power jam coming out, completing a second trip through the pack. I'm sorry, third trip through the pack, making this a 12-point jam. Now make that 16 here. Okay, Bigfoot calling off the jam, and there's going to be an official review. So I'm going to go grab the details of this review, and we'll be back here in just a moment. Okay, our official review coming to an end. That was called by the Sioux Falls bench, questioning the action of the dropped star that we had just a moment ago that was being guarded by a Pittsburgh blocker. They were questioning if that action was legal, and our officials declared that it was. So no penalty is issued. Pippa Raygun out with the jammer star for Pittsburgh, and Pippa is our lead jammer. Number 19, Lexibro, has this jammer star for Sioux Falls. Pippa is on a scoring pass, and she's out with 4. Lexibro getting some blocking by number 928, Ace of Skates. Lexibro is out completing an initial pass. Pippa Raygun coming in on her second scoring trip through the pack. And Pippa is out, getting past all those blockers, and she calls off the action. So Pippa Raygun putting down an 8-point jam. Scoreless jam for Sioux Falls once again. On the jam on the line now for the first time in the game, number 12, Strawberry Jam from Pittsburgh. Shout out to Strawberry, just celebrated a birthday just a couple days ago, and a great place to be for a birthday is at this tournament. So Strawberry Jam, our lead jammer now for Pittsburgh, and Strawberry is in and comes out with 4 points. Rubinator working some defense in the back of the pack against Hank Killams. Hank Killams now, Rubinator being called off on a penalty. Bull Jammers back still in action. Strawberry Jam sent off the track, comes back in behind Judgmental, who makes a second hit on Strawberry. Initial pass complete by Hank Killams. Strawberry Jam does have 3 points before that jam is called off. So altogether, Strawberry Jam picked up 7 points in that jam, bringing Pittsburgh over the 200-point mark now. They're at 204. Our score is 204 for Pittsburgh 30 Rats, 250 Hank Killams with a scoreless jam now. Coming out to jam again for the first time. This number 3317, Richie Teaser.
3317, Richie Teaser for Pittsburgh. Their first time.
One of Pittsburgh's newer additions to the level 3 roster. Richie Teaser stuck in the pack. Number 91, Cuddle Killer, has lead for Sioux Falls. Pippa Raygun working some defense in the back of the pack, along with Susan B. Agony. Susan B. Agony with one of the butt positions of that tripod. Oh, Richie Teaser breaks out of the pack, unable to score though. Just comes in as those 4 whistles are blown. Serial Killer, I'm sorry, not Serial Killer. Cuddle Killer called off the action. There is a Serial Killer, but she is in a different part of the country.
131 Black Death out for Sioux Falls, and number 13 Serious Pack.
1 point is picked up there by Sioux Falls,
For Pittsburgh.
giving them now a score of 52 under Pittsburgh's 204.
The Pittsburgh Lockers with a quick rollback and some excellent offense by number 8 Forrest Bump with the Serious Pack out to Jammer.
Serious Pack picking up the Jammer Star, and he's our lead jammer. Black Death, number 131 with the star for Sioux Falls. Black Death stuck behind Lakeinator and number 928 Ace of Skates. While Serious Pack comes out and puts 4 points on the board.
But Serious Pack will come back to the engagement zone, almost through, and then with a little slip to the outside, we'll see himself drawn back to the back of the
Serious Pack going out of bounds, coming in to recycle, and he is out of the pack. And it looks like we have an injury call-off. No, okay, we don't. There is nobody down.
Princess Apocalypse.
Serious Pack with another 4 points. All said and done, 8 points for Serious.
His total to 8 for that jam. Our score 212 to 52.
Sioux Falls with another scoreless jam, and it looks like we are in some sort of timeout. Matter of 3 points. Earlier on in the day, Pittsburgh played Philly and took the loss against Philly. We're going back now to our next jam. We have, looks like Cuddle Killer on the jammer line, and Bigfoot jamming for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is out with lead jammer. And Bigfoot coming in now on a first scoring pass to the jam. Bigfoot toe stopping through, coming around the turn, completes a 4-point pass. And Cuddle Killer is out, completing their initial pass. Bigfoot is in, comes out with 4 points. There's 4 whistles. That calls off the action. Bigfoot with an 8-point jam. Nothing scored by Cuddle Killer.
Falls to 0 and bring 8 points back to Pittsburgh.
Not seeing a whole lot of high-scoring jams in the second half. Just a lot of 4 points, 8 points here and there. So far, the highest-scoring jam was by Serious Pack with a 13-point jam in the 4th jam of the second half. Pippa Raygun out there now with the Jammer Star. And Pippa Raygun called off in a track cut. That's going to put Pippa Raygun in the penalty box and hand a power jam over to Black Death, number 131. Black Death comes out and is our lead jammer. Now Pittsburgh losing Lakeinator. So Pittsburgh currently down 1 jammer, 1 blocker. Could quite the advantage being handed over to Black Death. Black Death with the first couple points of the game here, scored in a few minutes. They've had a streak of scoreless jams, but they are now with 4 points, make that 8 points for Black Death. Pippa Raygun coming back in from that earlier track cut. Pippa Raygun, though, has not completed her initial pass. She goes in for an apex dump, but is taken down by number 77, Judgmental. Third scoring pass underway by Black Death. Pittsburgh not letting up that tripod against Black Death. Rubinator holding up that tripod along with Ace of Skates and Lakeinator. We've been seeing a lot of very strong blocking by Lakeinator this weekend. Pippa Raygun taken down. Pippa back up on her skates. No injury call-off. Net 8 points for Sioux Falls. I'm sorry, 10 points for Sioux Falls. Tripped for the EMTs. So Pippa is going to have to sit out for those required 3 jams. Richie Teaser once again lining up against Cuddle Killer. Oh, and Richie Teaser is out for Pittsburgh. Now Richie Teaser coming in for a scoring pass, but is taken out by Judgmental coming around the straightaway. Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, Violet Von Slaughter bracing a tripod against Cuddle Killer. Looks like Forrest Bump working in there along with Squishy in the base of that tripod, and it's some very solid blocking by Violet Von Slaughter. Richie Teaser taken out of bounds, coming around the turn, forced all the way to the back. So running a pretty stagnant pack right now. Squishy taking Cuddle Killer out of bounds, forcing the recycle. Both of our jammers really unable to make any progress right now. This is a scoring pass for Richie Teaser. Richie Teaser taken down by Judgmental. Cuddle Killer coming out, completing an initial pass, now winding up to score some points. Richie Teaser sacrificing the jam, calling it off. Richie Teaser does manage to have passed all 4 Sioux Falls blockers, though, because Richie Teaser is coming out with 4 points. Still at 62 points for Sioux Falls, another scoreless jam. Been watching His and Hers geared up for this game. Now, we didn't see His and Hers play yesterday, but His and Hers is definitely geared up to play, so kind of wondering if they will get a chance to skate. Serious pack out there. Picking up lead for Pittsburgh, taking on the 131 Black Death. And Serious Pack making quick work with that initial pass. Coming in now on a scoring pass. Black Death catching up to Serious, forcing the call off. So Serious calls off the jam, and let's see, I believe that's 0-0. Okay, yeah, no points going up on the scoreboard. 13:35 to go to our game. Bigfoot coming back out on the jammer line. Hank Killam's out there taking on Bigfoot. 3-4 pack here in favor of Pittsburgh. Bigfoot is out and is our lead jammer. Now Bigfoot making a lap around, coming in on a first scoring trip to the pack, is taken out by number 26. That is Thunderclap. Thunderclap drawing Bigfoot all the way to the back. Squishy working some defense to the front of the pack against Hank Killams. Hank Killams is out, completing an initial pass. Scoring pass underway by Bigfoot. Bigfoot gets 4 points and very quickly signals that call off before Hank Killams can score any points. So 4-0 jam there. 228-62 now in favor of Pittsburgh. 12:19 to go. Forrest Bump coming back out there, taking on, I believe this is number 127, Hit and Run.
It's going to be 127 hit and run against number 8, Forrest Bump.
Each team down a blocker in the box. Our jam has started. Forrest Bump gets a hole on the outside, and Forrest Bump is our lead jammer. Oh, and a penalty being called. I believe a back block was called on hit and run. So that's going to be a power jam now in the hands of Forrest Bump with hit and run seated in the box from that back block. Forrest Bump now is in on a first scoring trip through the pack. Gets taken down, recovers on skates, and has 4 points. Pittsburgh losing Strawberry Jam to a just pack destruction call, I believe that was. Forrest Bump on a second scoring pass. Recycled by number 86, Death Ray. Hit and run coming back here from the earlier back block, but hit and run has not yet completed an initial pass. Looks like there's a jammer on jammer hit by hit and run onto Sirius Pack. There's a penalty whistle being blown. Let's see what the outcome of that's going to be. No one leaving the track yet. Okay, hit and run is out. Oh no, hit and run called off on a forearm. So back-to-back penalties here for hit and run. A back block and then a forearm penalty, so yielding another power jam. Letting another power jam over to Forrest Bump. Forrest Bump gets those 4 points and calls off the jam. 8-0 there in favor of Pittsburgh, and Forrest Bump freezing hit and run in the box to buy a power start for Pittsburgh. Coming off the jam now for Pittsburgh, number 928, Ace of Skate. Now, this is Ace's first time jamming. I believe first time jamming I think I've ever seen. Ace of Skates picking up speed, getting sent out, coming around turn one, gets back into action. Oh, working against one of the blockers here from Sioux Falls. Pippa Raygun coming in to Ace's assistance. Ace recycled to the back and is out. Ace of Skates is our lead jammer for the Pittsburgh Derby Brats. Oh, hit and run. Gets a final hit at the front of the pack by number 56, Violet Von Slaughter. Just enough to force a recycle. Ace of Skates is out. Princess Apocalypse goes out of play. Ace of Skates is out with 4 points. It looks like Princess Apocalypse getting the out-of-play block penalty. Cuddle Killer receiving a star pass. And Ace of Skates with 4 more points, and that jam is called off. Nice jam there by Ace of Skates. 8-0 going up for Pittsburgh. Another streak of scoreless jams here by Sioux Falls. About 5 jams where they haven't been able to score any points at all. Pittsburgh has number 55, Bigfoot, out there. Coming out the jam for the first time for Sioux Falls, 77, Judgmental, but Bigfoot making quick work of that initial pass on the outside, picking up lead. And Bigfoot is in. Comes up against his own teammates. They let him go. He's out with 4 points. Lakeinator working some defense against Judgmental. Judgmental colliding with, I believe that's Richie Teaser. Judgmental is out, completing an initial pass. Bigfoot out. He's got 4 points and a call-off. So another 8-point and a call-off jam. That brings Pittsburgh now up to 252. 8 minutes left to our game.
Pittsburgh with 252, Sioux Falls 62. Cuddle Killer on the line.
Strawberry Jam. This is Strawberry's, I believe, second time jamming in today's game. Up against number 91, Cuddle Killer. Sioux Falls walling up at the front of the pack against Serial Killer. Now just a 2-wall between Strawberry Jam and lead jammer. There it is. Strawberry Jam getting lead. Cuddle Killer stuck now. Getting some blocking by Rubinator and Pippa Raygun. Cuddle Killer with an apex jump that may have failed. So it looks like Cuddle Killer is going to take the safe route and restart that pass. Strawberry Jam is out with 4 points for Pittsburgh. Strawberry Jam coming in on it. Their second scoring pass of the Jam. Pippa Raygun taking a block on Cuddle Killer, but Pippa Raygun also going down. Strawberry Jam tries to complete this pass, but is taken out coming around the apex and is brought all the way to the back. That defense by number 3025, Hank Killams. Strawberry Jam still working in this pack. Breaks out. Now Strawberry has 4 more points. Strawberry still lead Jammer, choosing to run out the clock rather than call it off. Looks like there's a star pass now over to number 19, Lexibro, who was the pivot. Lexibro now has that Jammer star. Strawberry Jam coming in. Jam times out halfway through. Looks like Strawberry is going to pick up 1 more point. Possibly a 9-point jam. Yes, okay, 9-point jam for Strawberry Jam.
The next jam, Serious Pack number 13 for Pittsburgh, and 131 Black Death with a star for Sioux Falls.
Pittsburgh now sitting at 261, almost a 200-point lead over Sioux Falls. They're at 62, 5.5 minutes to go. 4-3 pack in favor of Sioux Falls. Black Death is trying to sneak to the front of the pack, but Ban Yinzer and Ace Escapes working side by side, now joined by Richie Teaser. Thunderclap coming in, trying to assist the Sioux Falls Jammer, but is end up called off on a direction to gameplay penalty. Now Serious Pack is our lead jammer. Black Death still stuck in this initial pass. Ban Yinzer coming into the outside, shutting down that hole. Now Ban Yinzer taking down along with Black Death. Judge Mendel tries to put a hit on Serious Pack, but Serious Pack just 1 stride ahead, and he's out with 4 points. So still in the midst of this initial pass. A little bit of a correction to the last jam there. Black Death was our lead jammer. Black Death did pick up 4 points, breaking that streak of scoreless jams, bringing Sioux Falls out to 64. Squishy jamming now for Pittsburgh, and Squishy is our lead jammer. So backstory to this. Squishy does not normally jam, and she has been receiving some pressure from her teammates to do so. Squishy coming out with 4 points and a call-off. So at a game about a month ago where Pittsburgh played Gotham, Pittsburgh was ahead, and they got Squishy to jam, and Squishy had 4 points in a call-off. She's out there today with the same thing, picking up a lead, getting those 4 points, calling it off. Sioux Falls still at 64 with a scoreless jam. Back to another jam here, number 55, Bigfoot. Bigfoot, oh no, Bigfoot called off on a penalty, so no chance for a lead for Pittsburgh. Death Ray called off as well. Black Death has lead now for Sioux Falls. Temporary power jam here for Sioux Falls. Black Death is in full control with this power jam. Black Death coming in on the first scoring trip through the pack. It looks like Forrest Bump is working some defense up front, but Black Death gets out of the pack and has 4 points. Bigfoot coming in from that earlier penalty, but still needs to complete his initial pass. And Bigfoot is in, taking on 2 blockers from Sioux Falls. Thunderclap trying to slow down Bigfoot, but Bigfoot is out, completing his initial pass. Black Death on a scoring pass. That jam is over. Looks like Black Death with a 6-point jam. That brings Sioux Falls up to 70. Pittsburgh at 269. They were scoreless in that last jam. Minute and a half left to our game. Serious Pack out there. Serious Pack taking on. Let's see who we got. Let's see who has the star. I believe this is number 19, Lexibro. Lexibro is up front. Pippa Raygun working with all her might to slow down Lexibro. Pippa Raygun goes out of bounds. Now Strawberry Jam working solo against Lexibro. It looks like our pivot. The pivot is going to be Lakeinator. Lakeinator taking Lexibro out of bounds. Serious Pack called off on a penalty, so lead ability is lost for Pittsburgh. So the chance of a power jam now in the hands of Lexibro and Sioux Falls, but Lexibro getting some blocking by number 5, Lakeinator. Pippa Raygun there also has some positional blocking in the pack. Lexibro still stuck on this initial pass. 40 seconds left to our period clock, minute left to the jam. Pippa Raygun taking Lexibro down and forcing the recycle. Serious Pack coming out of the penalty box now after that earlier penalty. I believe Serious Pack still on the initial pass. Serious Pack is out, and there it is. No lead jammer hand signal by our referees. So initial pass complete. Now, Serious Pack in a point scoring position, and we have an injury call. Okay, so we're back to the almost guaranteed to be final jam of the game. Looks like our officials were handling possibly a foul out in the game. So we're back. This is going to be number 920 Ace of Skates versus 26 Thunderclap. And looking at what's going on here, Ace of Skates is out. So 2 times jam. Oh no, Ace of Skates is not lead. Ace of Skates called off on a jammer penalty. I believe that was a back block. That means at number 26, Thunderclap is out first, and Thunderclap is our lead jammer. Thunderclap coming out now with 4 points. Ace of Skates coming back in from that earlier, what I believe to be as a back block penalty. Now Ace still needs to complete this initial pass. Okay, and Ace is out with an initial pass complete. Oh, Serious Pack now working as a blocker along with Bigfoot, taking Thunderclap out of bounds on the inside. Ace of Skates, not our lead jammer, but does have 4 points. So 4-4 jam for both of our jammers. 37 seconds left to our jam. Going to bring us to the end of the game. Track cut called off on number 26, Thunderclap, lending a power jam now over to Ace of Skates. Now Ace cannot call off the action, but is able to score. Okay, Ace taking a bit of a tumble there, coming around the apex, and has to recycle at the back behind Death Ray. 10 seconds to go to our game. Sioux Falls ramping up their defense against Ace of Skates. Ace of Skates does have 2 more points at the very end of that, so I believe looking at a 7-point jam. So 276 now, up against 77 by Sioux Falls. So very close to the 199-point game in favor of Pittsburgh, 276. Sioux Falls 77. We're waiting on our officials to make this final. Our scoreboard here on the live feed will update as needed. Thank you for watching. We're going to take a bit of a break here in a few moments and come back with our next game. There's a rolling whistle, and it's official. Sioux Falls 77, Pittsburgh 276.